Curious minds, welcome to Project Silence Prodigy, your one stop solution for all your project management needs. I'm Govind, a certified PMP. Every successful project starts with a clear purpose. Before the work begins, the management, sponsors, or business analysts do detailed background work to explain why the project is needed. And this is shared through two important business documents: business case and benefits management plan. Business case shows the need and value of the project, while the benefit management plan explains what positive outcomes the project is expected to deliver. In today's episode, we will break down what these business documents are, why they matter so much, and how they help launch a project the right way. Let's dive in. Business documents. These are the key documents created before the project officially begins. They explain why the project is needed, what benefits it will bring, and how it connects with the company's bigger goals. They form the foundation for the project charter and play a critical role in the decision to initiate a project. Two most important business documents are business case and benefits management plan. Business case. It is a formal document that explains why a project should be undertaken. It examines the business problem or opportunity, compares the potential cost and benefits of different options, and proposes the most suitable solution. What this document contains is business need or opportunity. This section clearly outlines what is driving the project. Are we solving a critical issue, something like reducing high downtime in power plant, or we are trying to seize a growth opportunity like expanding into renewable energy? Strategic alignment. Here we connect the project to the organization's long-term goals. For example, if company's mission is to go green, then installing a solar power plant clearly supports the mission. Analysis of options. We don't just jump in, we compare different paths. What if we do nothing? What if we go ahead with this project? Are there any better alternatives? This will help ensure we are making the most informed choice. Recommended solution. After weighing all the options, this part explains which option is best and why. Maybe the solar power plant project has the best return on investment with the lowest environmental impact. So that becomes our recommended path. High level risk and assumptions. Every project comes with uncertainties. This section highlights the major risk, for example, regulatory delays, and key assumptions like expected solar radiation levels or land availability for the solar power plant. Cost benefit analysis CBA. This is the financial side of the story. How much will the project cost and what benefits will it deliver? The goal is to prove that the value outweighs the investment. Expected business value. This section explains the long term value the project will bring. That could be lower operating cost, increased revenue, or even enhance the brand reputation. So, in short, the business case answers this question: is this project a smart move for the business? If the business case shows that the project is beneficial, aligned with the company's goals, and financially sound, it gives us the confidence to go ahead, to say, yes, let's do it. But if the analysis shows the project has more risk than reward, or it doesn't align with strategic objectives, then it gives us the clarity to walk away, to say no, this is not the right time for the right fit. So, either way, the business case helps avoid emotional or biased decisions and leads us to logical business focused choices. Second business document is benefits management plan. It lays out a clear roadmap for when the project's benefits will start showing up, how those benefits will be measured, and how they will be maintained over time. It is like a tracker that keeps the project focused on delivering real and long term value to the organization. And this document will contain benefit description, a clear statement of the expected positive outcomes or value that the project will deliver. These could be financial, like cost saving or revenue growth, operational, like improved efficiency, or strategic, like market expansion. It gives clarity on why the project exists and what stakeholders should expect once it is completed. For example, there is a reduction in fuel consumption by 15% in plant operation by introducing the solar hybridization. Benefit owner, the person or department accountable for ensuring that the benefit is achieved and sustained even after the project ends. This is usually someone in operations, finance, or business management, surely not the project manager. For example, the power plant operations head will ensure energy savings are tracked and maintained. Timeline for realization. It specifies when the benefit is expected to appear, immediately after the project or after a certain period. It can also include the phases if benefits roll out gradually. Stakeholders need to know when they can expect the results to avoid any kind of unrealistic expectations. Metrics for measurement. These are the quantifiable indicators which are used to track whether the benefits has been achieved. These must be smart, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. There is one saying, if you cannot measure it, you cannot manage it. So these metrics define the real success. Another content of this document is assumptions and risk. Assumptions are the conditions believed to be true for the benefits to occur. For example, in our project, solar irradiance means the flux of radiant energy per unit area remains the consistent throughout the year. So this can be the assumptions. And risk are the uncertainties that could prevent or reduce the realization of the benefit. For example, the poor weather affecting the solar generation. Tracking and reporting mechanism. This is the system or process which is used to monitor the progress toward benefit realization, and it regularly communicates updates to the stakeholders. It ensures benefits don't become out of sight, out of mind once the project ends. It keeps everyone informed and aligned. For example, a monthly benefits dashboard can be shared with senior management, which will show the energy savings, operational cost trends, and payback progress. Next topic, types of business value. When a project is undertaken, it is not just about delivering the scope on time and budget. It's also about delivering value. Business value can come in many forms. Let's understand each type clearly. Tangible value. Value that can be physically seen, counted, or measured. It is a quantifiable and often documented. For example, a new building or power plant or 10 new servers added to a data center. Intangible value. Value that cannot be touched or measured directly, but still adds benefit. For example, improved brand reputation, increased employee morale, better stakeholder relationships, and customer satisfaction. Financial value. Value that directly impacts the company's bottom line, revenue generation, or cost savings. For example, $500,000 saved by shifting to the renewable energy, or reduced operation and maintenance cost after automation. Social value. This is the value that improves society or community well-being, either directly or indirectly. For example, because of the project employment generation in rural areas or local skill development during project construction. Environmental value. Value that helps protect or restore the environment. For example, reduced carbon emission through a solar project or wastewater recycling initiative. Operational value. Value that improves internal processes, efficiency or productivity. For example, reduced downtime in a power plant or faster procurement cycle due to the ERP implementation. Strategic value. Value that aligns the organization with its long-term goals, competitive position or future vision. For example, entering a new market through a strategic alliance project or launching a digital platform to shift the business online. I guess we have discussed both business documents in detail. And now question is, who prepares these documents? Usually, these are created by the higher management, business analyst, project sponsor, project initiating department head, or PMO, project management office. At this stage, project manager is usually not involved since the project hasn't officially initiated. Only in special cases like large or strategic projects, a project manager may be brought in early to offer input on planning or feasibility. But this is not very common practice. Now, let's discuss what steps a business analyst follows to prepare the business documents. First step is understand the business need. Before jumping into solutions, it is important to understand why the project is needed. This means you have to sit down with key people like sponsors, business heads, or end users to talk about current challenges or missed opportunities. Maybe sales are dropping, customers are complaining, or new regulations have come into play. You have to ask the questions like what problem are we trying to solve? What is going wrong today? And what would success look like? So these conversations will help uncover the root cause and align the project with real business goals. Second step, conduct a stakeholder analysis. Once you understand the problem, the next step is figuring out who is involved. Every project affects multiple people. Some who make decisions, some who will use this solution, and others who might resist change. So you have to identify who these people are, what they care about, and how much influence they have. Third step is perform feasibility and market analysis. Now that you know the need and the players involved, so it is time to find out if the idea is even practical. Can the solution be built with the current technology? Is it affordable? Are there any legal or environmental restrictions? So you may need to talk to engineers for technical input, finance team for budgeting, and check if similar solution exist in the market. This step filters out unrealistic ideas and helps the organization invest in something that truly makes sense. Next step is define business objectives and scope. You have to define what the project will achieve and what it will not. This is where you write down clear measurable goals. You also outline what parts of the business or regions are included and what is excluded for now. For example, if you are launching a new system, so is it just for one department or across the company? So setting this early will prevent the scope creep and keeps everyone on the same page. Next, it is time to bring everything together into a document called the business case. This outlines the problem, the recommended solution, the cost, the expected benefits, and any risk involved. It often includes an executive summary, comparisons of different options, and the reasoning for the chosen path. Next step is prepare the benefits management plan. Having a great idea is not enough. You also need a plan to track the benefits after the project goes live. In this step, you list down the expected improvements like cost savings, higher productivity, or better customer feedback. Then you assign someone responsible for measuring these results, usually a department head. So you also define how often these benefits will be reviewed and what tools or KPIs will be used. This ensures the project doesn't just deliver outputs but real business value over time. The final step is review and validate with stakeholders. Finally, before the business case is finalized, you have to present it to the key stakeholders to get their feedback. And this could be done through meetings, presentations, or formal walkthroughs. You have to answer their questions, address any concerns, and make changes if needed. Once everyone is aligned and the document is refined, the sponsor or steering committee gives formal approval to move ahead. This step is crucial because it ensures shared understanding and commitment before the project begins. And that wraps up today's lesson on business documents, the tools that shape the why behind every project. A solid business case and a clear benefit management plan set the stage for project success even before the work begins. If this lesson added value to your project journey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Project Silence Prodigy. Until next time, namaste, goodbye, sampai jumpa.